Evening everybody, Rich here, back for part 3 of this MS Estonia tutorial. Today's focus will be the stern doors for the car deck on the back, and also the first deck and maybe the second deck depending on what time I get of the first section of the superstructure, because it goes in sort of, I think it's 3 to 4 stages of basically repetitive decks, but I'll do the first one, and if I get time I'll do the second one as well, but we'll see. So yeah, so first job we're going to do, we're going to head to the stern, and we're going to sort out the stern doors. You could have probably done this yourself, because it is simple as anything, just by looking at the design in the previous video. Was it the last video or the video before? I can't remember, but the design is as basic as mud. So what I'm going to do, we'll go down to the stern here. Got the big open gap here, and we'll go to the centre block, which is of course this one here, centre with the keel there. And on the centre block of the blue up here, we'll add a blue block on the centre there, and then 7 blocks to the side. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Add another block, and that should leave a 7 gap as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It was a 6 gap, and then 7 on the 7th block is a block on 6 gap, and then a block. And do the same on the other side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and on the 7th block we had a block there like that. So they're all symmetrical. So there's 3 blocks, each with a 6 block gap between them, and also a 6 block gap to the edges as well. So that is how that bit looks. So that's that. So what we want to do now is on the centre block, and all the other the other 2 blocks as well, we're going to add the centre, basically the centre strut, if you like, the support strut. So I'll add 2 blocks to the top of the blue block there, and then just rows of 3 all the way up. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then a single block there connecting to the top, and it should look something like that. We'll do the same to the next one as well. So go add a 2 and then 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 1. And then the same with the final one on the right here. We'll go 2 up, and then 3s. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, and then 1. So that's your 3 struts, and it kind of looks like glazed windows, but that's that. And then what you want to do is with the blue wool now, or blue cayenne, whatever it is, go on the inside, and we go 1 block forward of this beam here. So 1 block forward and 1 block up, basically in line with the back end of the deck. We'll build the base of the door, because when the door is all built, it would be 1 block further forward than the rest of the ship. I'll do another quick look of what I mean. So just fly over to the prototype over here, and you can see you got the struts, and then the design of the door is inset by 1 block, and that's how that should look. So we'll fly back over. So basically what you want to do is just trace the inside of the strut. So I'll go behind the strut, actually. They'll go behind the centre strut, and we'll just trace the inside, and then from there you just want to build across to the sides. So basically just trace the inside of the strut. So that's the first two rows done. As you can see, it's starting to look like sort of sluice gates, if you like. So that's that. We'll do the same for the next couple of rows. And then for the final row at the top. But like I said, this is as simple as anything, and it's gone dark. It's gone dark. Like I said, it's as simple as anything. I mean, you can add more detail to it to make it look more realistic, if you like. There's no real game to it. But we got to the top there, and then when you're at the top, you just add another row across the top to cut off that green deck at the top there like that. So and then it should look something like that. Or if you want to do it even better, remove this row. Actually, I think it looks alright like that, doesn't it? Don't look too bad. If I just fly over to the prototype, because I think I may have made a very, 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 very slight mistake, but no, I think that's fine, actually. I'm really, really not sure. But well, whatever it is, it don't look too bad. I mean, you can adjust it to make it look a bit more real if you want to, but it's entirely up to you what you want to do. So I'm just going to fill in the rest of the door on the back here. That's that half done, and just do the other half. Am I doing that right? I don't know. No, I'm not, so I'll go from that one. So even I'm getting it wrong. So there we go, up to there, and then across the top to cut off that green bit there. There we go, so that's the stern door all done. Like I said, it's simple as mud, and you can adjust it willy-nilly however you want, so it's up to you what you want to do. So that is the stern door, and pardon me, that is pretty much that for today. So we'll leave the stern now, we'll head back to the bow, and we'll begin the first phase of the superstructure. Now this is the first part, the front bit we're going to be building is the easy bit. It's the side bits with all the windows, which is the biggest pain in the arse. Now I've got a red dot there. That is a marker. So basically, that marks the 38th block back on the green from the tip of the bow. So the tip of the bow, well, the first green block, which is this one here. You go from there back to the 38th. So that's the first. Now I shall go back to the red dot, and it should be the 38th. And yep, that is fine. That is the 38th. And on that 38th block, we'll start building the front wall of our superstructure. So we'll put our white block on the 38th block there. And then this front wall will be 17 wide. So what's that? That is 8 either side. So we'll go 8 this way. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's the front wall. And I'll work on the right hand side. Yeah, right hand side, and we'll build. Once you get to the end of the 17, you build 3 forward. So we go 1, 2, 3, and then 6 across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, basically connecting there, and then 3 back. 1, 2, 3, and then a single block to connect to the outside edge like that. I do the same on the other side. 3 forward. 1, 2, 3, 6 across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3 back. 1, 2, 3, and then 1 like that. And that is the front foundation of the the front portion of the superstructure. And then what you want to do is from these side walls, basically from here, you just want to increase the height of it to 4 blocks high. Without doing too much damage, of course. So increase it all to 4 blocks high. And I use World Edit for a little bit. Do set quarter down to there, and then from there to there, and then freehand for the rest of it, and out to the side like that. So there we go. That is the front portion all done like that. And now I've got to work out what I'm doing. Right, okay, so I'm just reading my notes. So what we do now, well, on the left-hand side, and I've got the outside edge here, we've got this line of blocks already here, which was built in the previous part, or one of the previous parts. We're going to go and add a set of windows. We're going to add a window which is 2 blocks high, there, right behind this wall here. So 2 block high window like that. And then, reading my notes, which I can't actually read because... bit squiggly. Oh yeah, so we've got the first window there, and then add a 3 spacer there like that. So 3, 3 in quartz, and then we add our second window like that. So you got your 2 windows like that, and then we want to add a line of blocks, white blocks, along the side here, 130 30 blocks long, so I better start counting this. So it's 130 long, so we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. I'll tell you what, I'll do this with world edit because this is getting on my nerves already. So I measure from there. I usually do this prepared, you know, I sort of prepared to do this and don't have to count it, but we're up to 41 so far, so it should be 130 once I get to the end. So I'm just using world edit to measure it. It says 41 at the moment, and that is 117. 130, there we go, so up to the 130. And we'll just use set quartz for that. And there we go, that is the 130 all placed there. So that is how that should be. So we've got the line of 130 up to this point here. So basically it increased the side to 2 blocks high up to this point. So that's the 130 high. I may as well do this the same on the other side, and so I just measure this up to make sure I get it right. So I shall do the same here, so from that block to the other end. Apologies for using world edit, but if I was to do this freehand, then I'd be here all flipping day. So anyway, that is that side done as well. So we've got the both sides done. Actually, I haven't added the window, so I better do that as well. So I add the window there, 3 block gap, and then window there, and then the 3 spaces. So there we go. That's both sides now. They're both exactly the same. Right, so there we go. So what we're going to do now is read my notes. Right, so we're at the first 2 windows here. So from the first window, we're on the left hand side by the way, so they've got the first 2 windows. So at this window here, we'll add 7 blocks of white, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 like that. So you've got 7 spacer there like that. And then you want a pair of single windows. You want a window there and then a window there. So it's 2 single block windows with a single block gap between. And we add the spacer between. And then what you want to do is leave a 5 block gap. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like that. And then you want to add 19 pairs of windows. So we'll add a window and a window. And you want to add 19 pairs of windows, but instead of a 5 gap, it would be a 3 gap. So that's the first pair. Then leave a 3 block gap, and then you add second pair, 3 block gap, and then third pair. So that is 1, 2, 3, and then you want gap, and then pair number 4, and number 5, and then number 6, and 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16, 17, 18, and then finally 19 there like that, and then you add the spacer there, and then you can add 1, 2, 3, 4 at the end to line up with that end of the 130 there like that. So you got 19 pairs of windows evenly spread, as well as a first pair which were between the evenly spread set and the 2 block high windows. So apologies if it's confusing, but yeah, you can just replay it over and over and it will eventually look alright. So we'll recap again. From the first set of windows like that, you leave a 7 block gap like so, and you add your first pair of windows, and then you leave a 5 block gap, and then you add 19 pairs of windows split with a 3 block gap between them. So it's 19 pairs after that. And when you get to the end of the 19 pairs, you just add 4 blocks of white to line up with the end of the 130, and that is how that should look. Right, so then after that we're going to add some more windows. As we can see on the prototype in the distance, which will fly over, you can see on the bottom line we've got the half windows, which are the single block windows, and then after that we've got sets of 2 block high windows, and then finally a gap on the deck there like that, so, or a gap in the side rather. So it's 3 sets of 6 windows split by 4 blocks. So what we'll do, we'll start with the first set of windows. So it's 6 windows. So at the end here we go 1 window, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and then we fill in the gap, or the gaps rather, and at the end you add a 4 gap like so, and then another 6 windows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and then fill in the gaps again, and then a 4 gap, and the last final whatever set of 6 windows. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's 3 sets of 6 windows like so, and at the end is it, I can't remember what you leave, is it 3 or what, I can't remember. It's a 2 gap, sorry. At the end here you leave a 2 block gap like that, and then this area here will be the open section for the sort of open, it's sort of an open promenade, but it's only a very, very, very small area. So that is that. So what we'll do, we'll head back to the bow now, and for the final job on this side we just got to add a line of blocks along the top of all the windows. So we'll head back to the front wall here, and we'll just add a line of blocks all the way along the top, all the way along the top of all the windows. I could have used welded it, but I use it freehand just to save, or not save time, and just take a break from typing. Well, I don't really need to take a break, do I? I just need to think about it a bit more. I'll build the line all the way along the top of all the windows, and now we're up to the rows of 6. And there we go, we're at the end there like that. And once you get to the end of that area, we just want to build a line of blocks along, suspended in air over the top there like that. So that is an open space, and I think there is a bit of design to add. If I just fly over, I don't know what the design actually is. So you can see the open space here. So when you get to the end, you got basically 3 and then 4 at the end. So I'll just fly over, make sure. So at the end here you got this group of 4 blocks here, so we just add a single block there and then 2 below like that, just to bring up the design a bit more. So it's an open area that will be tidied up in a minute. So that is all that. So that's all the windows done, and also that suspended part there. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to use Weld Edit and see if this works. So what I'll do, I'll go from there, and we'll try and do this professionally. So I use Welded It to see how we do. Did I copy it from the bottom or the top? I can't remember. So what I'll do, I'll copy it again because I can't remember what block I started from. Was it the top or the bottom? I cannot remember. So I shall start from the top block. So I go from the top block there, and it was the top block, and then I'll go to the bottom block up this end here, and I'll just copy, and then I'll paste it to the other side. And that's the basics of Welded It. So we go to that block there, and we'll go copy, and then we'll paste it on the other end. Donk. And we'll paste it there. And there we go. That worked, didn't it? Did it? Did it work? It worked. Yeah, there we go. There's all the windows in place on this side now. And that is how it should all look. It looks a bit weird at the moment because of the light isn't very good. But there we go. That's all the windows in place. And it don't look too bad, does it? Right, so that is all the windows in place. So now the next job we want to do is to add the inner walls. That's it. That's the inner walls. Basically, I usually, with most of my ships like this, I usually add a corridor down each side, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to add a small corridor area around the stern area here, just to give this make this area, sorry, look less hollow. So we'll go from the end here. We've got the part where the suspended area begins and the windows end. So we'll go from this point here along this girder here, and we're going to build. So I'm going to find my notes. Oh, there we are. Those are my notes. And we're going to build inwards 5. So go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then back 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, like that. Now do the same on the other side. Build in 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then back 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And then join them across the back like so. There we go, that's the foundations done. And then just increase the height of these walls to 3 high, sorry. So when the deck is added, it will sit on top of the these walls. Just well edit for this bit. And there we go, that's the walls all added there. You can start adding doors and windows to these as well. You know, add a couple of windows, sort of a door, then sort of 5 windows and another door or whatever, like on my other designs. So that is those inside walls there. I will add the doors and windows later on, but not today. And then what we want to do is along the back here, because we've got to add the deck, but we can't add it yet. Got this group of blocks here on the corner, so you've got these corner blocks. Basically, from this corner block here, you just want to build a line of blocks all the way across the back and join across the other side. It's basically the tops of the doors, and it should look something like, well, it's not the tops of the doors, but it's the area above the doors. But just build the blocks across like that, and that will be able to support the deck a bit more. So when you come to fill in the deck will go from this top block, or the top line we just built. So that will be where the deck will be built from, and also the same from the front. So we'll go to the front again, and we'll start adding the deck. And the deck itself will be along the top blocks of the front section. So we're at the front again, of course, so we'll just add the deck in the front sections like so, and we'll build the deck from here all the way to the back. So I should add the first few blocks, or the first few sections, and then I just use the fill tool for this. I'll go to there, and I can't remember the code for this one, so I should do a jump cut briefly. Okay, got it. I just needed to look up the ID for this colour, so we go / fill 35:13 by 300, and that should fill in the deck, in theory. And there we go, that's the deck all filled in, and that is the front, well, not the front, but the first portion of the superstructure done. So there's 2 more decks that are almost identical to go on later on. That'll be the blue stripe decks, but they'll go on another video. I did say I might be able to do the next 2, but I'm sort of short for time now, so I shall leave the next 2 decks for the next video. But we've got quite a bit done so far. We're doing not too bad. I'll say not doing too bad, but we're getting there. So you can see the internal area is a bit more cozier now, and it don't look too bad. So that is, like I said, the first portion of the superstructure done. And then, like I said, the next video will be for the next decks. We'll just fly over to the prototype here. You can see the next decks are all in blue. So got the blue one here, and then a white stripe between, and then blue again, and then another white stripe, and then blue again for the front portion. And those will be for the next video. So that is for part 4, and I shall try and get them done as soon as possible. But anyway, that is it for part 3. We've got the like I said, the first portion of the superstructure and the stern doors done, and yeah, that'll be for that. So this is Rich signing off, logging off and disappearing, and I shall return in part 4. So bye for now.